Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 3 of the PSAI Talk Show. I'm your host, Kavina Elavarasan, and I'm super thrilled to have you join us at yet another exciting episode. We are now live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Today, we are not just having a conversation, we are inspiring change. And this is the place where passion meets purpose, where stories are heard and your voices are ever noted. Whether you are tuning in from your cozy home or catching us on the go, get ready to dive deep into the world of professional speaking with our incredible guest for the day, Sivakumar Palaniappan. Let's make this a session to remember as we explore the journey of becoming a certified speaking professional and what it truly means in the speaking world. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Kavina Elavarasan, and I've been in PSI community for the last 3 months. As a passionate communication coach, I've had the 12 years of experience in corporate world, and I've had the privilege of leading global teams in cutting edge artificial intelligence technology. The last 3 months in PSAI has nothing short of being transformative, and we're going to talk a lot about it today. Before we dive in, let me tell what is PSAI. PSAI is Professional Speakers Association of India. It is a vibrant community dedicated to enhancing your professional speaking career on a global scale. PSAI is a proud member of GSF, which is Global Speakers Federation, which includes 14 national speaking associations from countries, from various other countries. We are also having a strong network over 17 speaker associations worldwide. This means the affiliation not only enriches our community, but also opens doors to international speaking opportunities. At PSAI, we provide all the members with comprehensive mentoring, valuable resources, networking opportunities that are essential for setting somebody to master the art of speaking. So stay tuned. We are going to talk to the founder member himself, and we are going to explore a lot about PSAI and his professional journey as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm beyond excited to introduce our esteemed guest for today, Sivakumar Palaniappan, a true leadership alchemist. Sivakumar is an organizational psychologist. He is a visionary who specializes in helping organizations cultivate leadership mindsets and also achieve execution excellence. His transformative leadership is tuned into he becoming a trainer and a professional speaker. As a founder of Alchemy, which is an exclusive community for managers and leaders, Sivakumar is deeply committed to creating spaces where individuals can thrive and unlock their fullest potential. And we are always proud to celebrate him as India's first certified speaking professional, a prestigious title that recognizes his exceptional skills and expertise in the field of professional speaking. As one of the founding members of Professional Speakers Association of India, he has played a vital role in shaping speaking industry in our country. And tonight, we are going to hear a lot about him. So, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to the inspiring Sivakumar Palaniappan, prepared to be transformed by his knowledge, experience, and his passion for professional speaking. So today we have three segments, a conversation round, rapid fire round, and we'll quickly come back to you with a Q&A session. So please be prepared with your question and answers. We are going to have a conversation on the journey of Siva's CSP today, which is Certified Speaking Professional. And we are not just going to talk about the achievements, but we are going to dive deep into the world of professional speaking. With that, without further ado, good evening, Siva. How does it
Good
feel to be here?
evening. Good evening, Kavina. Wonderful. I'm so happy to be part of this amazing talk show of PSA. It makes me so happy, and I'm so thrilled to talk to you today this evening.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And congratulations once again to becoming the India's first CSP. For those of you who can see
Thank
his,
you.
you can also see CSP at the back. And we are going to dive deep into all of that today. All right. So let's get right into the conversation. So, first things first, we would love to hear from you if you can share your early professional journey that marked the beginning of your journey as a speaker.
I very well remember, right, when I was a young school-going boy in my eighth standard. I come from a very simple, humble, remote agricultural family in the remotest part of Tamil Nadu, with no much of exposure, no much of resources around. but I went to a local Tamil medium school. Fortunately, in my class 8, I had an inspiring Tamil teacher named Vivekanandan sir. We call him Vivek sir. Vivek sir is a big inspiration for me. He pushed me into Tamil speech competitions, elocution, poetry, and debates, and that's how I got this bug of public speaking button. Actually, since my grade 8, I've been on stages. Delivering talks, being part of various debates and poems and then speeches, was all in Tamil. But then when I went to corporate world in 2002 in Bangalore, that's when I got to know about Toastmasters, about great speakers and trainers. And that's where my passion towards speaking as a career started very early in my early career days, Kavina.
Oh, totally love it. I think your teacher, Vivek, had set that journey on, and
Yeah.
the journey is still ongoing to be to where you started to where you are now.
You know
That
what? See,
was
when I was in
totally
my
inspiring.
school,
Thank
I
you.
was doing a lot of speaking, and then Tamil. When I came to engineering college, it was more into academics, a lot of mathematics, one, two, and three, signal processing. Nothing was there part of arts and culture. When I came to the corporate world, when I went to training programs in the corporate world, when I saw trainers, when I saw corporate trainers, that is when I connected back to my childhood dream of my school age dream, and I said, "Oh, I used to be on dais talking to a lot of people. I would want to get back to that." And that's when this my deep buried dreams got triggered again, and I started exploring becoming a trainer. And that was my initial search as a young engineer in the corporate world. But slowly I discovered Toastmasters. I went into speaking. Then I found out the Professional Speakers Association, and then that's how my whole journey from a Tamil state speaker, a school going boy, to a trainer, and then to a professional speaker happened all these years.
That's lovely to hear. It is very inspiring. Do also tell us that you were an engineer and then you became a HR leader and then your professional journey started. Can you tell us how did your speaking career take a shape?
See, as I told you, when I went to the corporate world in Bangalore, I got this dream triggered back of being a trainer primarily. And that's how I started getting myself into a lot of training programs. I used to volunteer with a lot of expert trainers. One of my mentor, his name is Krishnan, and I used to work with him on weekends, always Monday to Friday, an engineer, work for technology companies, do corporate work. And Saturday, Sundays, I used to be a volunteer with the trainer, his expert trainer, Krishnan. And Krishnan used to tell me, look, Siva, you have a lot of passion. You're reading a lot of books. I can understand your drive. But you know what? You have challenges in English communication. I came from Tamil medium. And I was not very confident to speak on English on DICE, actually. He told me, if you want to overcome these two limitations, there are two amazing places. You go there, enroll yourself, immerse yourself there. You will learn the art and techniques and skills, then you can think about being a trainer. That's how he pushed me into Toastmasters to learn public speaking, and then he also pushed me into British Council to learn the English language. I think I remember at the age of 25, 26, as a young or engineer in the corporate world, I went into British Council to learn fundamental grammar, pronunciation, phonetics, and communication. Parallelly, I learned public speaking. And then that was my passion all the while. As I was learning public speaking communication, I got into Toastmasters. I met a lot of people who are into psychology training that pull me into human behavior. I did my diploma in counseling psychology, did multiple programs and courses on human behavior and then psychology. And then I was slowly pulled into human part of the business. And that is when this amazing German company Bosch called me and said, we have a requirement in the HR function. We want someone who understands technology, who can speak in large auditoriums, who can report to HR function. And then I was hired in Bosch to build a very important HR function called campus branding, employer branding in campuses, and then university relations in Bosch. That's how I came from Qualcomm to Bosch with no formal MBA degree, no formal HR qualification. For all my passion, Bosch hired me as a HR manager. So I worked for Bosch close to 4 years, traveling across the country, delivering talks in large auditoriums and colleges about Bosch technology, about Bosch products and career. That is how I shaped up my public speaking abilities. When I traveled across the colleges, IITs, IIMs, when I delivered talks, I got to address large audiences. I learned to fine tune my presentation skills, public speaking skills. Then, after 4 or 5 years in the HR, I decided to quit my corporate world and start my own training consulting business. And that is how my whole journey, being an engineer to a HR manager and then to a corporate trainer, started, Kavina.
Wow, that's totally ambitious and driven, Sivakumar, going through a whole lot of metamorphosis. That's what we could see. Now, I'd like to ask, how did you get into PSAI? How the spark happened where you transformed yourself into a professional speaker?
I think all credits go to our founder, President Kripa Shankar. I was based in Coimbatore then in 2017-18. I saw a Facebook post by him saying, I'm going to Singapore to attend a professional speakers conference run by an association called APSS, Asia Professional Speakers Singapore, the Singapore Speakers Association. I was a Toastmaster. I was a corporate trainer. I ended up speaking in a lot of colleges and schools. I was getting paid for speaking also. That's when I realized maybe I should transform or transition from being a Toastmaster into a professional paid speaker. I was working on that already. Things were going on, but when I saw this post, that triggered my thought process. I became curious. I called him and said, "Hey, what is this professional speaking?" No, it is the global convention, a huge conference where people go and speak to large corporate audiences who get paid in dollars, and thousands of millions of dollars are coming together to learn professional speaking. Then I told myself I must go attend this conference. That's how I went to Singapore for the first time in 2018 to attend the APSS convention. That's when I got to know about this whole world of professional speakers, professional speaker associations, GSF, APSS. There we were 4 5 of us were there in the APSS that year. All of us came back and then we sat together and we said maybe we could build an association like that here in India. And then President of APSS, Frederick Harron, very inspiring global speaker, came down to India. He flew across to multiple cities, met people, and he, along with Kruba, planted the seed of PSAI, and we were all part of that initial journey. So we said it's a growing business, it's a growing profession across the globe. Why not we build that in India? And that's how we came together. We sat down, brainstormed, we named it as PSAI, Professional Speakers Association of India. Somewhere in 2019, the whole thing started, Kavina.
Wow, that was lovely to hear how PSAI started. It's like going back in history, and you've definitely made a history and made a lot of speakers into it. For those of you who are listening and thinking, what is public speaking and professional speaking? Professional speaker is typically someone who has turned speaking into a career, who gets usually hired for specific events like conferences, workshops, and gets compensated for their expertise. For those of you who are wondering, so stay
If I may
tuned. We
add
are
a bit
going to
here, right?
continue
Public
this.
speakers, see, generally people confuse between why professional speaker. Anybody can go on dais and speak to an audience, right? If I want a speaker, anyone can come and communicate a point. I can hire somebody. But my idea is, right, over the years in this profession, a professional speaker is someone who has really, really done deep work on the topic of expertise. They've built eloquence in communication presentation methods. They are also updating consistently on what is going on in the world around. When you hire a public speaker, he or she can still come and speak, not a problem. But when you hire a professional speaker, that's when you get somebody who's truly expertised on the content, on the delivery mechanics, on understanding the audience, who can really, really make a huge impact on that day of your event. So if you are an event organizer, if you are a corporate leader, if you are a manager, CEO, I believe you have to look for professional speakers. PSA is one place to hire people who are well trained, who understand the business, who understand communication, public speaking very well, and they can make a huge difference to your conference event. I think that is a huge difference between a public speaker and a professional who can do a powerful talk, a professional speaker.
Very well summarized. Thank you very much. So, my next question to you is also on the similar lines. Do share with us how PSAI has played a supporting role in you taking that shape of a professional speaker.
See, PSA is a phenomenal community of professional speakers. aspiring professional speakers at different levels of their professional journey. Here, what happens is we run amazing amount of events, monthly learning events, like what we are doing, PSAI Talk Show, chapter level learning events, in-person meetups. We run a very powerful mega annual conclave wherein we bring global speakers to India and then we go to learn from them. So this is a wonderful platform, one to learn, second to network and build a strong relationship with fellow speakers in the business, third is to collaborate with one another and then grow the pie and then learn and build our businesses. So to me, PSI played a very significant role in understanding the speaking business better, in learning some of the phenomenal new ways of building our business. And third, more than all of that, I see PSA as my family, where I could bond with amazing set of experts from across the country. And that relationship is what I cherish the most in PSA.
Wonderful. I think that puts together PSA as a community what it has to offer. So those of you who are listening, thinking about what PSA still is, we still have a lot to uncover. But one thing that we can commonly agree is the confidence that it builds in you to become that professional speaker is amazing. And I can speak about myself for the last 3 months when I joined. The first month I was given an opportunity to do a keynote speech, and there was a poster which got published in LinkedIn which called me as a professional speaker. That itself gave me a huge level of confidence, and then I went on to take up hosting role in the national events, and here I am. So that's how it motivates you, gives you all that confidence, and the mentors are all around to help you become and shape into a better professional speaker. Wonderful. So now we would like to listen from you, your first paid experience. How was it?
See, I was a Toastmaster for quite some time. I used to go into a small classroom of like minded people. We talk for 6 minutes, 7 minutes on any topic. Everybody will clap and say, fantastic, all positive, good feedbacks. But when I got an opportunity to go and talk for the first time on a stage in front of a large audience, and then the organizer said, I would love to pay you for what you've done, I was taken back actually. I thought I can go and speak. Getting to speak is a privilege, right? Going in front of an audience, getting a stage, delivering a powerful talk for a large audience was a great privilege for a Toastmaster who will speak only in a small room actually. And I said, I'll do it, no problem. Call me. I'll come and do it wherever you want me to do it. But it was in way back in 2016, I remember. A university in Coimbatore, a college in Coimbatore, called me and said, can you deliver a talk to our first year students on becoming a good engineer, give them some career advice, ideas. We'll give you 90 minutes time. Can you do a session for all of us? Until then, I've done a lot of talks in colleges through Bosch as a corporate professional. I've not done a big talk in large auditorium. I sat down, prepared a lot. I went there. I delivered a very powerful session for 90 minutes. A lot of students came to me, took selfies. I became so elated that day. I felt so happy. But what made me even more happier is when I was about to leave the campus, the principal or the chairman, I remember, came to me and gave me a cover. I don't know what was there in the cover, but they gave me a cover and said, thank you so much for coming to our campus, delivering this very powerful speech. I said, thank you. I picked up the cover. I sat in the car. The driver started. As the vehicle started, I carefully opened the cover. I saw a bunch of rupee notes inside the car. That's when I realized, oh my God, people also pay to go and speak. I realized the power of delivering powerful talk to an audience for which people are willing to pay. That's when I realized that this whole opportunity around me. I studied what is going on in the market. I found a lot of speakers already there in the market, paid speakers in Tamil, in Tamil Nadu, in Hindi, across in English. That's when I realized maybe, yeah, this is a good opportunity because I love to speak in front of an audience. I enjoy delivering my powerful content. If somebody is also paying for that, why not? That's how it
That's
started.
absolutely a graceful experience that you shared with us. And what it is, right? When you talk about your passion and you get paid for nothing like that,
Exactly.
to be a professional speaker and speaking your voice and you're heard and then you're paid as well. Wonderful. So I'd like to also hear from you. What are certain goals you would encourage aspiring speakers to set for themselves?
See, I'll tell you, people ask me about the CSP. I know you will also ask me about it. To be very frank, in 2018, when we went to Singapore, I found in that convention, I think three or four people were awarded CSP actually. And I became so curious, what exactly is the CSP? What is everybody's clapping, getting an award? I asked some of them there, what exactly is this? They told, in this association there are multiple membership levels. One is an associate member, then a professional member, then a CSP. Only if you clock certain amount of revenue in speaking over consistently for 5 6 years. I got to understand all the criteria. That night when I came back to the room, I was cribbing to Kripa Shankar and says, Kripa, you know what? These guys have this 50,000 USD as the target for becoming a CSP. I want to be a CSP, but I don't think I can be a CSP ever because we charge in Indian rupees in our country. How do we match this American dollars of 50,000 every year? I was kind of really into cribbing and complained to Kripa. I wish I could get this, but I don't think I can get it. Kripa said, see, don't worry, Siva, hold on. We are just starting now as a professional speaker. We have a long way to go. And then one day, eventually, you will reach there. I didn't believe then, but I had this little dream inside me. I want to be a CSP. But to me, this financial target was a big showstopper for me mentally. But then when things start falling in place, that's when I realized if you consistently focus on work, you'll be able to reach that milestone. So my dream in 2018 in Singapore was already I want to become a CSP. So I think that has come true a couple of months ago. I would encourage everyone in PSAI to aspire to be a CSP because CSP is one amazing global recognition you get in the Speakers Federation, right? So aspiring for a much more bigger revenues and number of keynote talks and delivering powerful content will eventually raise you up to this level of CSP, Kavina.
Wonderful, Siva. Hearing you, I just want to tell everyone, those of you who are not even thinking about professional speaking, or somebody who is already thinking about professional speaking, or if you are already a professional speaker, Siva is going to give you all goals today. So please get your notebooks here because I'm going to deep dive into what is CSP and what goals you can set for yourself. And those of you who are still wondering about CSP, it is Certified Speaking Professional. It is highest international recognition for your professional speaking skills. So that's what we're going to talk. Wonderful. So now we understood where it sparked for you to become a CSP. Could you please share with us your what are the steps that you had taken to achieve CSP?
If I look back my journey, right, in this journey of being a professional speaker, I was doing a lot of things, okay? I was doing communication training programs, I was doing time management, being a corporate trainer, right? In the market, you always want some business actually. So some HR leader asks, can you do this? Yeah, I can do this, no problem. I'm a toastmaster. I can prepare a topic and speak for 6 minutes, no problem. You give me topic now, I do table topics actually. Give me a topic, I can speak for 3 minutes. So I was thinking in my mind as a speaker, as a trainer, you should be able to talk on any topic in the world. That's why you are an expert on training, on speaking, right? But when I went to Singapore, when I came back and we built PSAA, when we brought experts to our association to speak, when we listened to people, one great realization I had is if you want to be an expert speaker in the market, you should not be doing everything around you and say, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this also, that also. It doesn't work like that. So, number one step in this journey is getting to bring great clarity on what is one or two focused topic or domains on which you want to build your expertise, build your thought leadership. We call this niche in our language, niche topic. So, what is your niche? What do you want to focus on? Once you bring that clarity, then you deep dive on that topic, do a lot of research and study. I still remember I used to have a printout in my office and I called it Ron Kaufman's mantra. Ron Kaufman is a global professional speaker, one of my amazing mentors from Singapore. Once I asked him, Ron, how do I become an expert on my topic, leadership? And he gave me a long list of ideas. First thing he said is, drop everything else that you do, hold on to one topic on which you want to build expertise and thought leadership. On that topic, do a lot of study. buy the best-selling books, top written authors, go to Harvard Research, go to Stanford Research, look at Google Scholar, learn what is going on in the world, what happened on the topic, what is happening, what is likely to happen. Do a lot of become a self, what do you call, become yourself a research scholar. Imagine you're doing a PhD on a topic, right, without getting into university. So it's such a level of intense literature review, study of materials, understanding what is going on, and then slowly fine tuning your frameworks, your models, your way of delivery, and then branding yourself, marketing yourself in the market outside, getting into opportunities and delivering talks and building revenue. I think two, three important areas. One is bringing clarity on your niche, your focus topic. Second one is building expertise on the topic. Third one is building your speaking business, right? Being available in the market, being present in the market, getting business of speaking, right? Sales and marketing, branding. These three elements which you have to be line up one after another. That's when things fall in place, Kavina.
Wonderful, Siva. So, coming again to what he said, just to summarize, so clarity, finding your clarity in your niche or your passion is very important, and to hold on to it and not to deviate at all is what Siva says. The second thing is to build your expertise, reading a lot, staying abreast of what's happening in the current technologies, and more importantly, to start building your business. That's what Siva says. And Siva, for all of this, we do have these 8 competencies, and we have a lot of initiatives which is running in PSAI. Could you please brief us and tell us how these initiatives are going to help us into in aligning with the 3 goals that you've already given us?
I'll talk about two wonderful initiatives that's happening right now at PSAI. If you are a young member, new member, if you just joined PSA, or if you have been there in PSA for a while, these two initiatives are amazing, amazing opportunities for anyone to become a better professional speaker. Number one is the masterminds. The Masterminds is a wonderful initiative where we have some very senior speakers in our community willing to do a 6 weeks focused mastermind for people to come and then pick one area of expertise or one competency of professional speaking and build deep down knowledge on that. Second, very important initiative which I see is the mentoring initiative, where again people come to one mentor who's a senior member in the association who's been there, done that, learning from that mentor for a couple of months and weeks. Actually, I see other than a lot of learning initiatives, our annual conference, talk shows like this, weekly sessions, chapter level sessions, we do a lot of things. But other than all this regular learning, to me, these two are highly focused and very, very powerful. So if you're either should be part of mentoring group or in the mastermind group, so that is what I think is very powerful as of now at PSA. I love PSA only for that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You also did talk about the yearly meet, right? PSS, if you meant, right? So,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
those of you wondering about it, this year, the PSS Professional Speakers Summit is happening at Mumbai. And it's, do you know the date?
It's somewhere in the month of February 2024
February,
5.
yes. It's
Yeah,
February 21 and 22nd, 2025. I just quickly got it. Thank you very
wonderful.
much, Siva, for telling us how important mentoring is. And PSAI as a community really thrives on mentoring. We have amazing mentors, amazing speakers who have built great reputation in the industry, and they are here to support every member in PSAI to grow into bigger and greater levels. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to ask you a similar question on your CSP. How did your affiliation with the PSAI has assisted you in your journey of becoming a CSP?
See, one of the very important support ecosystem I got from PSA is my peer group actually. I'm based in Chennai. In Chennai chapter, we formed a very powerful mini mastermind group, and then where we used to meet every now and then to understand our business journeys, our professional speaking goals. We even did one or two outbound or mastermind retreats actually to focus and do deep work. The people who are traveling along with me, right? They are the ones who are a great support for me from PSA. Number one. Number two is bringing great clarity on my journey towards speaking, right? Members like Praveen, Shekhar, Neerja, Vinay, lot I can name everybody in our association. All our members are great givers, and I see that fellowship and commitment among ourselves is what drove me towards this big achievement. That way, PSI played a very important role in my CSP journey.
It seems so that you have had accountability partners who has walked you through the journey, and that's
And the beauty
amazing.
is, right, like any other association, any other forum, PSA will give as much as you want, only if you start taking it. Actually, I've become a member of PSAI, so I'll come to meeting once in a while. And if you expect to become a professional speaker, get speaking opportunities, definitely it will not happen unless you take part actively, network with people, build relationship. You know what? Within PSAI, I've got multiple speaking opportunities referred by our own members. I went to different parts of the country only through PSA actually. If you build a relationship, if you understand your peers very closely, if they know you and your credibility, the content you deliver, they would love to refer you to their own clients and customers. So if you can involve yourself completely, give yourself, build a real true bonding, bring credibility on your topic and your expertise, I think PSA will help you not only learn, it will also help you grow in your business as a speaker.
Wonderful. So, from somebody who has been there in PSF with a very long journey, telling us that it is going to be a buffet of experience, come enhance your experience with PSAI.
Yeah.
Now, my next question is also on CSP, where I'd like to understand what were certain roadblocks that you faced during your journey to CSP and how did you overcome it?
See, CSP has certain very clearly defined requirements. One of them is you have to clock in certain revenue targets year on year consistently for 5 to 6 years through speaking related activities in your business. Number two is you should be producing world class content in terms of your books, your courses, your social media articles, whatever you do. Third one is you also have to bring a true real testimonials from your clients who hired you as a speaker. The three are the important criterias. To me, very personally, everything were falling in place, but the biggest setback for me was the COVID years. When the whole speaking got cancelled, I had a big challenge, a big dip in those two COVID years. But fortunately, CSP committee also told, right, they reoriented and said, if you reasonably clocked revenue through your online business, virtual training programs, virtual speaking, that was again accounted. So for me, that was a big challenge. Number second challenge, as I told you earlier, was the revenue targets. The revenue targets set typically were 50,000 USD every year for 5 6 years. I feel that's considerably high compared to our rupee value in India, the kind of programs we do. But fortunately, this amazing Virtual Speakers Association, VSAI, came in now and they said, we understand the challenges people face in different countries. So we will not have one single measurement for everybody across the globe. We would like to appropriate your revenue targets based on your currency value. And that is when this CSP easily happened actually. So I should thank the VSAI. I should thank all my CSP mentors. But yeah, I had these challenges, but then I could overcome with all the support of our friends, our mentors, and the community as a whole, Kavina. You're on mute.
Yes. So I could resonate to what Sushil sir has mentioned. Fellowship and commitment are indeed the keywords
Very
in
true.
PSAI. And I see that coming across quite often when you speak about your journey in CSP. Now, talking about commitment, please do share with us. This is going to be inspiring all the aspiring speakers to be. What were your habits that you had consistently practiced over
Okay.
the years to become the speaker that you are right now?
See, in the initial days, what I learned from one of my mentors is I learned this one keyword called stage time, and stage time. And he always says, if you want to be a better speaker, you better speak regularly on stage. So my recommendation for budding speakers would be don't worry about revenue, don't worry about getting charged. Find opportunities, go on stages, go on front of people, fine tune your eloquence, delivery skills, and content. So that is one important point. Second, I did the same, right? I would never miss an opportunity. If somebody now I say I'm a CSP, I'm a professional speaker, I charge this much, I don't come for this. I do all negotiations now after 6 7 years. But initially, I would say anybody who want a speaker, I am there. I would come to school, to college, to Rotary, to Lions, to corporate, small manufacturing company. I've even spoken to retail, textile shop in some in city. I've spoken to different audiences actually because to me, I want to speak. That's it. So finding as many opportunities as possible to be in front of people to deliver your content should be the first focus when you are starting as a speaker. Number two is as you evolve into a better speaker, start focusing on your niche, start fine tuning your content depth and content delivery. Once that happens, third one is find nice good events where you get to speak to a large audience, good conference room, good ballrooms. Take a nice photographer, videographer, create collaterals of you speaking. Once you have collaterals in place, then fourth one is where you say, hey, you know what, if you want me to come and speak, I charge this much. Start getting into a paid speaking journey, right? So I typically use the same methodology. I spoke a lot in a lot of places to build visibility, to create the networking in the industry, in the market, to tell people I am a speaker here available out there. Once I was visible quite often, I started focusing on my content. When my content became much more clearer and deeper, I built collaterals about me speaking. I used social media a lot, especially LinkedIn, to write a lot of content to build myself as an expert on leadership mindsets. Once I reach certain stage, right, have a nice show reel, built a website, have nice content developed, then slowly I said, you know what, now I charge for what I speak. It's a long journey though, right? You might not really call to speak in an audience for a huge money initially, but as a professional, if you want to be a professional speaker, you should be willing to put in those efforts over the years. That's when you slowly move from a novice speaker to a seasoned speaker, and then to a professional speaker, and then to a CSP.
Wonderful. And your journey has told it all for us. So, what we understand is stage time, stage time, stage time. There has to be a lot of stage time in your initial years, and then work on enriching your content, and then start building your collaterals. And this reminds me about the Keynote labs and the um, Find Your Voice sessions that we have in PSAI, which gives us
Okay.
an immense opportunity where we can come practice our keynotes before we could even go ahead and start getting paid, right? So this practice is something that I could definitely relate with whatever you're saying. Wonderful. So with all of that you've said, what would be that key advice that you would like to give someone unsure about taking that first step into speaking? If they have to take that first step, what would be that one advice that you'd like to give them?
What I'm seeing, right? I'm in this profession for more than 6 7, almost a decade now. I'm traveling abroad, I'm watching the whole thing. What I used to tell often is West is a speaking market, whereas Asia is more of a training market. Malaysia, Singapore, all these Indian countries are a lot of training happens than speaking. But what I'm seeing as a huge shift in the trend is Asian market is also becoming slowly a speaking market. There are corporates, there are associations, there are people who look for credible quality good speaker. So if you want to be a speaker, paid professional speaker, I think now is the right times to start. Market is opening up, business is growing for a lot of us. So if you have this aspiration to be a professional speaker, I would say don't wait, jump in. The first step you can do is join PSAI, right? Join PSI, get into mentoring programs, get into masterminds, learn from people who are already have done that, doing it, and then that's when you start growing as a professional speaker.
Wonderfully told, Siva. So, anyone of you who has a passion to talk and you want to be there out there as a professional speaker, then PSAI is here to handhold you the 8 competencies that they have as a comprehensive program. Starting from finding your niche, how do you put together your passion and expertise and start talking? Siva was
Yeah.
also mentioning about the clarity in your niche, to how to go about consistently building your content, how to get authority over your expertise, and then go on to build your business, right? So there's this comprehensive 8 competencies that is put across in PSAI. Wonderful. So yes, Brigadier Sir just mentioned that we have a great tool for
Okay.
all of us, which is the PSAI's competency scorecard, where we can score ourselves against this 8 competencies, which is going to give us a fair idea as to what we are, and it will take us through the steps from becoming from a speaker to a professional speaker. Thank you, sir, for telling us. So I'd like to ask you, what is that one advice you would like to give already accomplished speakers, professional speakers, to someone targeting CSP through their speaking passion? What is that one advice you'd like to give them?
One advice I received from couple of my mentors who are there as CSP already from across the globe is this: whether you get CSP now or later is not a point. But if you aspire to become a CSP, go to the PSAI or any speaker association website, download the CSP requirement Excel sheet, start tracking your business there. You very carefully track your business, how many keynotes you are doing this month, how much are you doing next month. Very simple, Kavina. Anything that is not measured cannot be improved, right? Very simple. So if you don't track your revenue, if you don't track number of keynotes that you deliver, if you don't track your business, it will never be improved. So if you aspire to be a CSP, for all the senior speakers who are already there in their association, my one simple advice would be: open your CSP tracker sheet, start putting things on the sheet. If you start today, start tracking now, maybe in 3 4 years, 5 years you will become a CSP. It's a journey, but be willing to put that consistency of tracking yourself and seeing where can you improve, how can you raise your game, and then build on it and build revenue. Would be one important input which I received from my mentors who worked for me. I want to pass it on to all our members at PSA.
Absolutely. Today, you've sparked that goal of achieving CSP. So, all the speakers out there, I'm sure that you're going to take CSP as one of your goals. And as he said, it's going to be tracking mechanism. All of that is there on the website. So, go download and start tracking your speaking experience. Now, before we move ahead to the second segment, I'd like to ask all of you to engage in the comments and ask your questions. We are going to come right back to you after the rapid fire round. So now it's time for one of the most exciting segments of the show, the rapid fire round. In this segment, we'll dive into quick, fun questions that will allow us to get to know you on a bit more personal level, Siva.
Okay.
All you have to do is few seconds to respond, and
Yes, I'm
we would
ready.
like to hear your spontaneous thoughts and insights about it.
Got it.
All right, so let's
I'm
get
all ready.
started.
Yeah.
Great. What's that one book that has had greatest impact on your career?
The greatest impact early in my career as an engineer when I started, Stephen Covey's Seven Habits is one life changing book that impacted me a lot. So I think I would always recommend it to anybody who want to become a better professional. It's a 60-year-old book, I
Perfect.
think. Still, it's a bestseller. I love that.
Since, yeah, ever since then, it has been on the top of the shelf always. Thank you for that. You will only have few seconds to answer, and I'm going to
Okay.
go to the next question. Coffee or tea? Which fuels your creativity?
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Great. If you could speak at any event in the world, which would it be?
Oh my God, that's tough. A lot of events I aspire to speak at. One of
Wonderful.
the see one I've done multiple. Okay, quick answer. TED will be an amazing platform to go and speak.
Wonderful. Noted. Who has been your greatest inspiration in your professional journey?
Oh my God, tough question. Brenda Benz, my mentor from Singapore.
Wonderful. What is one goal you're currently working towards?
I have a very important global speaking goal that I've set for myself. I want to speak in 12 countries in next 2 years.
Wow, that's a great goal. All the best for it. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Being in front of an audience is a blessing that you get from the divine self. So use it genuinely to inspire people and impact people positively.
All right. Thank you. Describe your ideal working environment in 3 words. Just 3 words.
Quiet. Quiet, and then I need a lot of colors and paper. I write a lot, I draw a lot, I need colors and charts, and of course my laptop.
Wonderful. If you weren't for a professional speaker, what would you be doing right now?
Maybe I would have still been an engineer designing semiconductors for mobile applications in Qualcomm or any other semiconductor company.
Great. If you had to pick one superpower to help you in your speaking career, what would it be?
Awesome selling skills.
Selling skills. Great. For your business. What's a common misconception people have about professional speaking?
See, people misunderstand between a speaker and a professional speaker. They don't understand the amount of effort we put in to bring the content. So I think that is one myth or misunderstanding which has to be corrected.
Wonderful. So that defines professional speaking. Great. So the next one is, what's your favorite quote that inspires you?
It doesn't matter where you come from, all it matters is where you're going.
Great. Describe a memorable moment while you were speaking on stage.
Not it's a little longer answer for this actually. I delivered a talk on high impact communication and empathy, understanding the other person in a professional environment for a large group of team leaders and mid-level managers. After 3 months, somebody called me and said, Siva, you know what, you saved my marriage. I asked what happened. No, I was an audience in that session. I learned all your techniques. I applied that in my personal life, which was about to break. Now I was empathetic. I was listening to my wife. You know what? You that has saved my marriage, and that was a huge compliment for me. I still remember it very vividly. That happened 4 years ago, actually.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. All the while we were talking about how to become confident as a speaker, how to speak your mind, how to speak your passion, how to get paid. And this is one of the most rewarding moment as a
Very much.
professional speaker. Thank you very much for sharing that. With that, we conclude our rapid fire round. Thank you very much for being a sport
Thank
and
you.
telling us all your mind. Thank you very much. With that, we open the questions. So please do engage in our comments with any questions that you might have. I have a question, Siva.
Yeah, please go ahead.
How does your future look like 5 years from now?
Can you repeat that? How did? Can you repeat that,
How does
Kavana?
your future look? How does your future look like 5 years from now?
Okay.
How have you dreamt
Yeah.
it?
See, my I have multiple missions that I work on. Have multiple dream boards. I have one of the passionate dream board on speaking is becoming a truly global professional speaker. When I meet accomplished speakers who charge 20,000 USD, 30,000 USD, and comments have spoken in seven continents, 70 countries. Those things are always exciting for me. Uh, from 5 years from now, I also want to come and tell I've spoken in so many continents, I've spoken in so many countries. So I think that is, I love traveling, I love meeting a lot of new people. So my biggest goal in professional speaking is go across the globe and deliver keynote talks.
Wonderful. And wishing you all the very best on your journey
Thank
forward.
you.
One more question on how do we equip our speakers out here who are aspiring to become the best professional speaker? What are certain tools and resources that you would give us handy?
See, one of the important tools is there is a platform called espeakers.com where you can go and look at other speakers who are all doing powerful speeches and see what are their niche topics, what are they doing consistently. Number two, I always recommend is go out in the market, look at internet, look at LinkedIn, look at TEDx, look at TED videos, find out who are most in demand speakers on your niche topic and start following them, right? To the extent you start stalking them and see where are they going and talking, what are they posting, what are they communicating, look at the videos, the articles, their customers, clients, their friends of friends. I do a lot of study, right, in this leadership market. I look at who are leadership speakers, who are great speakers in my niche topic. I do a lot of study, I do a lot of shadowing of them, understanding what they're doing. I think that is one important thing we all must do.
Wonderful. So what we hear is our peers can be one of our greatest resources, where we go read from them, learn from them, see what they are
Yes.
doing, and that could be one of our valuable assets to us.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing that, Siva. So quickly checking any questions coming our way. We have Siva with us talking about his journey and giving us a lot of insights as to how do we go across the journey from starting out as a speaker to professional speaker to becoming a CSP, right? Great. So, can we also ask you, because you have been there for quite some time in the market, you also did talk about how market is opening up in India. How do you think the landscape has changed from where you started to where we are currently?
See, when I started earlier, right, people used to ask, do you ask money for speaking also? Right? That's a question I got from somebody. Can you come and talk to our people? Okay, I can come, I charge this much. What? These days, even to speak, people asking money, right? That's a kind of comment I've heard from people umpteen times in the initial days. Now people understand it's not about just going and speaking. It is about investing your time, your efforts in building that content, building that credibility, experience that you come and bring, right? When I go and deliver a keynote talk, it is not that 1 hour you spend there. You are investing a lot of your time, your mind space, your attention in preparing the talk and building a lot of content from your experiences actually. So now people really value that. They understand that it is not that you come and speak for 1 hour. Behind that 1 hour, there is a decade of experience that is put together. So when people understand that and realize that, appreciate that, that's when they don't mind paying you for that. I think I see that as a big change from where it was and what it is now today.
Wonderful. So I can't really imagine how it all started out. And I must say, we are all blessed right now with the huge market for the speaking professionals. And now is the time for us to hone ourselves and be there out. So, Siva, any closing thoughts that you'd like to leave it to all of our audiences here?
See, my closing thoughts would be associations like PSA are a wonderful forum to be part of because we are a group of people who would want to give out to our members, who want to nurture them, handhold them, help them. We run multiple initiatives at multiple levels. I think being part of an association like this, being part of a like-minded community like this and learning together and implementing, experimenting and growing together is a wonderful way to start your journey, grow your journey as a professional speaker. Become part of PSAI, actively participate, involve yourself, build relationship, come to all learning events, take a lot of lessons, go back and implement, experiment in your own business. That is how you grow as a professional speaker, and that would be my humble thoughts to whoever is listening to this.
Thank you for summing it up all pretty well. And we hear every bit of what you just said. Thank you very much for sharing your personal experience, valuable lessons, inspiring story with all of us today. Definitely your journey from where you started as an engineer to a public speaker to a professional speaker and to becoming India's first certified speaking professional has been truly exemplary. Thank you very much once again,
Thank
Siva, for
you,
joining
Kavina.
us today.
I really loved this session. Lot of very powerful, deep questions. Wonderful rapid fire questions. Thank you for being such an amazing host. I loved this. Thank you so much. And thanks to our
Thank you very
wonderful
much.
association, PSAI, for building such an opportunity, a platform for us to come and connect and share our experiences. Thanks to our PSAI.
Thank you, Siva, for saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap today's session, I want to leave you all with some empowering thoughts on embarking your journey as a professional speaker. If you have a passion for to talk about something, it can be a cause, it can be a skill, or it could also be a unique perspective, and you have that desire and a passion to share with the world, then you absolutely can become a professional speaker, and that's precisely what Siva has told us in the last 60 minutes and also has shown through his example of what we can become, provided we have that passion to share it with the world. And do remember, Professional Speakers Association India, PSAI, is an amazing platform that can light up that path for each one of us as a community with inspiring individuals, as Siva did mention, fellowship, and that commitment and accountability that they could bring to each of our journey is going to be amazing. That's to all of us, whether you're starting or exploring your professional speaking. Audience, thank you very much for joining us and staying with us until this time. Until next time, we catch up in the next PSAI talk show. Keep pushing your limits and strive for excellence. Let us all remember that the world is waiting for our voice to be heard, and let's make it all worthwhile. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye
Signing off.
bye.
Bye.